So the news has been dominated over the last few weeks by stories of Rupert, Rob, Arthur Lowe, Loki, this man who was at one point a member of Reform UK, and he went a bit too far even for Nigel Farage. He questioned Nigel Farage's authority. He was expelled from Reform UK. But the point is, his constituency is centred around Great Yarmouth. And now 6 Bulgarian spies have been jailed, and the central link is that they belong to Great Yarmouth, Russia's spy ring. And so the most audacious spy rings on British soil aren't to be discovered in the shadowy embassy near in London or in MI5's inner sanctum, but in a crumbling 33-year-old guest room in Great Yarmouth. Welcome to the tale of All-in Rusev and his motley crew of Bulgarian agents, otherwise known in their own idiotic hubris as the Minions. In a case as bizarre as it is grave, 6 Bulgarian nationals have now been jailed for spying on behalf of Russian intelligence, using the UK as a strategic base for surveillance, sabotage plots, honey trap springs. These aren't Cold War stereotypes in trench coats and trilbies. This is espionage, 2020-style telegram chats, cryptocurrency payments, and minion-themed cuddly toy surveillance kits. The ringleader, All-in Rusev, who's 47 years old, has been sentenced to 10 years and 8 months, and his deputy, Bisa Zambazov, who deserves a dishonourable mention not only for his espionage but also for his labyrinthine love life, received 10 years and 2 months, alongside them Katerin Ivanova, an enthusiastic participant, and his partner got 9 years and 8 months, and Vanya Gabarova, the so-called lashes queen, turned... Is that lashes as in eyelashes? I don't know. Or is it something more whip-like? Turned honey trap agent, 6 years and 8 months in prison. Competitive swimmer Timur Ivanchev, 8 years, and Ivan Stoyanov, whose role was described as reckless, 5 years and 3 weeks. All 6 will serve half their sentences before being deported to Bulgaria under the new automatic removal rules for foreign criminals. Now, what did they actually do? Their operations, directed by the fugitive Austrian fraudster Jan Marsalek, yes, that Jan Marsalek of Wirecard infamy, included surveillance on Bellingcat journalist Christo Grozev, who'd exposed Russian involvement in the Skripal poisonings and the MH17, a bizarre proposal to spray pig's blood on the Kazakh embassy in a fake protest, surveillance of a US military base in Germany training Ukrainian soldiers, covert tracking of Russian dissidents and journalists across Europe, and plans to kidnap, even possibly kill, Kremlin critics. All of this was coordinated through telegram chats, some of which featured Rusiev referring to himself as Jackie Chan, Zambazov as Mad Max, and their operatives as the Minions, those yellow-dressed, sort of little squeaky people. I seem to be dressed rather similarly today. Their tools, spy glasses, hidden cameras in Coca-Cola bottles, ties, rocks, stuffed toys, their cover stories posing as journalists, NHS workers, Interpol agents. One was even caught with a fake press credential. One even used a Facebook friendship to monitor targets. Another filmed phone pins mid-flight. It really would be laughable if it wasn't so dangerous. And police recovered over 100,000 telegram messages, dozens of fake passports, a cache of spyware from Rusev's seaside hideout, which he referred to unironically as his Indiana Jones garage. And what are their motivation? Not ideology, not blackmail, not revenge, just money. Large sums of money. In some cases, routed through cryptocurrency. And the presiding judge, Mr. Justice Hilliard, noted that their actions had undermined this country's standing with allies and put lives at risk. especially those of investigative journalists and dissidents who've already seen what Russian state revenge looks like, from polonium to Novichok. Some tried to plead naivety. Gabarova's defense, she was infatuated with Zambazov. Ivanova, she threw her lot in with her partner. But the judge dismissed these excuses. They were, in his words, willing participants in a serious and calculated threat to British national security. The case should remind us of two things. First, the age of analogue espionage may be over, but the danger is not. The digital spy is more agile, more deceptive, and disturbingly embedded in everyday life. And second, Britain's open society, with its freedoms, its mobility, its multiculturalism, is both our strength and our vulnerability. These six are not cartoonish minions. They were instruments of a hostile regime seeking to intimidate critics, destabilize trust, and chip away at the pillars of democracy. Their jailing and future deportation is just, but it also marks a call for greater vigilance. And as Dan Jarvis, the Security Minister, put it, this is a stark reminder of the increasingly complex threat we face from hostile states who wish to undermine us. And he's right. And while we may mock their code names, we should never underestimate their menace, or indeed the menace of others who must be lurking around and haven't been identified.